All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel. If you're listening to this the day after the Strickland Podcast Network, Knicks win 123 to 107 versus the Portland Trailblazers, bringing our win total to 41 wins on the season, equaling our total from the We Here pandemic year. Um, the Deuce McBride game, as you can see from both me and Tyrese's,
It was an
you
awesome. It
know.
was just a great game, fun game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a great game in general, but like I feel the need to like highlight Deuce because I feel like he's someone that's like gotten like a pretty tough rep from like Knicks fans just because of like his inconsistency. Even though he's like placed in like not that much of a major role. But he made the most of his minutes tonight. Got what I think is probably his most minutes in a very long time. About 25 minutes, he had 18 points, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal, including this incredible block on Anthony Simons in transition, which was absolutely stunning. Hit 4 of 5 threes, which is huge for him because like that's been the one thing that's um, been a gripe with Knicks fans with Deuce McBride. Um, but yeah, great game from him. Great game from everybody. Great game from the bench in general. Like the bench just absolutely killed it today. I think they were like the main spark in like the comeback. You had Josh Hart with 16, 9, and 8 and 3 steals. Like that's just an insane stat line.
Tell
Um,
Cam Reddish to do that shit.
Did Cam? I'm just looking right now. I'm gonna guess. I haven't looked at it. So all I was looking at during the game when I was checking the box score was the plus minus, which is hilarious, by the way. Just want to point this out. Josh Hart, team high plus 26. Cam Reddish, team low minus 27. That's the game, baby. All I want to say, no, I'm just looking at this now. Reddish had 1 rebound in 19 minutes, no assists, 2 steals, one of them courtesy of Josh Hart just feeling bad for him and throwing him the ball straight up. He had 2 points on 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. Like, I don't know,
Typical
man.
Cam Reddish stat line. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit.
It's
That damn
it's
fraud.
this,
It's
I mean, this is
politics. It's politics, Schwinn. That's what it is. It's politics because somehow,
Politics. They
some way,
kept him off the
somehow,
court.
some way, he's on his third team in 4 years, and just somehow the league is just conspiring to keep Cam Reddish out. I've had this for like a week. Sorry, this is like the X's of finals. Fuck Cam Reddish. Fuck everything he stands for. Fuck him.
What does he stand for to you? Just real curious.
He stands for lottery picks that should be out of the league. He stands for Tijuana basketball. He stands for fucking tween hezzy Twitter dying. And he stands for bad garbage players who get the benefit of the doubt because they're fucking 6'8" and they're shifty, quote unquote. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I think this game, like, even if Hart, so I'll be honest, I actually didn't love how Hart played in the first half. He was playing hard. He was playing like he's just doing Hart things. I just didn't like. I thought he was pushing tempo weird times. He had that one take where he just ran right into like Nurkic, and I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen there? Like I don't know what you're doing. He had a couple like threes that he hesitated on, didn't pull the trigger. But the thing with him is he never lets that shit affect going to defend his ass off. Still going to fight over screens. He's still going to pace in transition. So he gives you a solid baseline. And then in the second half, I mean, his second half was like, I don't know what the hell. That was amazing. I mean, the entire second half from everybody, basically, aside from like Julius, was awesome. Not that like Julius was fine, I guess, in the second half, but
he wasn't like as spectacular as everyone else was.
Yeah, it felt like forced with him, whereas everybody else seemed to be in like a better flow. But like, I mean, again, this is the thing where it's like, I don't even think Julius played a particularly good game. And then you look at the stat line, he had 24 points on 20 shots, didn't even make a 3 tonight, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, only 2 turnovers. Like, you take that, you
and it felt like he didn't really, I mean, to at least to me, it didn't seem like he forced a lot, especially in that second half. Like he just like it felt like he was just like letting just things happen to, like for example, like that pass out to Josh Hart for that 3, like he could have easily like taken that up and like begged for a foul or something, but like he passed it out to Josh Hart. I mean, it was like a live grenade, but like Josh Hart cashed it because like Josh Hart, that's just what he does in the New York Knicks jersey now. But yeah, I mean, I felt like he just played within himself, and that's all you can ask for from him after like what we've seen, especially in that Clippers game. We could have seen a repeat of that, but we didn't. So thankfully, we got this version of Julius today.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think in the first half, this was like, I don't know. It could be on Julius, it could be on Tibbs, it could be on Quickly, whatever. But like they were making too much of a point of it to try and like feed him to start the game, and it's like they were clearly keyed in on that, the Blazers, and they just couldn't get anything going offensively. I mean, they didn't score for like the first 5 minutes, right? So like once they stopped doing that, they got whatever the hell they wanted the rest of the game. Like even when they were they made a big deal right during that first quarter. Like Han and Breen on the broadcast were like, "Oh, the Blazers 6 of 10 for 3, the Knicks are 1 of 9." Like, and they kept talking about it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure if you keep getting wide open threes like this, like you'll probably win the game. And obviously they did. I mean, they should have gone 3 and run the short trip. They should have beaten the Kings. They couldn't buy a fucking 3 in that game. But like, the Blazers are a terrible defensive team. So you knew if you just kept if you avoid just doing stupid shit against them, you're going to be fine. And the Knicks did not do stupid shit for basically the last 3.5 quarters of the game, and they blitzed them. I mean, they probably put up like 119 or something in the final 42 minutes of the game. So they destroyed them, and it was like, I mean, this is probably the best team box score you're going to see. Like, I mean, Hartenstein didn't even score tonight. Mitch only had 2, Grimes had 4, but like you got 24 from Randall on 20 shots. You got 22 from RJ on 13 shots. You got 26 from Quickly on 14 shots, 11 from OB, and 16 from Hart on 13. Like, that's just you get 6 double-digit scores. You had 5 guys over 15. You had 3 guys over 20. Like, that's basically the ideal balance of scoring you want. And I was pretty confident that he's going to win this game because during the third quarter, I don't know if you guys remember this. I don't know who it was. It might have been Breen or might have been Han. But they were talking about, like, I think at that point, Lillard had scored something like their last
30 of their first 70 points or something like that.
Yeah.
16 of their last straight points. Like,
yeah,
it was just Damian Lillard or die. And like at that point, you're expecting the Blazers to fold.
Yeah, and I don't know if something's going on with Simons, but like he did not look good tonight. He killed us at the Garden, and tonight he just looked. I mean, and granted, like when he played at the Garden, he had the advantage of playing against Cam Reddish, but tonight he had to play with him, so that makes it a little more difficult. But like, yeah, no, he just didn't look like he got into it at all. And then the only time he did was like
really late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were down like 17. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get my Ingram buckets right now.
Ingram buckets.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start calling those. That was embarrassing. I was watching that game before this. Like that was, man. You talk about him and CJ McCollum. I hope they're having a good time in New Orleans off the floor because it better be worth it.
New Orleans has a lot to offer off the court.
Yeah, I know. I've been there 3 times. I know.
Oh, 3 times, Schwinn. Wow. Okay, big spender. Okay, he travels exotic. Foreign.
Yeah, New Orleans. Fucking big spender over here.
Mardi Gras. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the problem with Anthony Simons is he's fucking garbage. Like, who cares? Sorry to Prez. Anthony Simons major. But yeah, I don't care about fucking Anthony Simons. The entire team is ass. The entire team is ass except for Dame, and Dame is ass because he willingly wants to be employed by that team. Talking about fucking loyalty. There's another loyalty thing that came out this afternoon where he's just like, the league is in the dude. You just fucking suck. You're the 13th seed.
No, I don't. I watched that. I actually think he's right. But like,
yeah,
what I need him to do is like, I don't know why what was it, like 2 summers ago, where every like week he was like, he had an interview or some bar he
loyalty.
Dropped. Yeah, like I run for the grind. I'm loyal. Like, all right, like I actually like if he just wants to be like a one franchise guy,
Mr. Portland.
And he's content with like, I put whatever I put into the game, and if we don't win a championship, we don't compete, so be it. If he's okay with that, that's great. I mean, he's making generational money. He's already made generational money. He's beloved in that city. He's like going to be an icon.
He's their best player.
I have no problem with that. That's what he wants to do. But like, I think with them, it's just like if you're running the Yeah, my thing is like if you're the front office, I mean, I'm just looking at their team and I'm like, if we like, they either have to trade Dame or they have to trade Simons. If they want to compete with Dame, they have to trade Simons. If they don't have any intention of competing with Dame, then they should talk to him and be like, look, we understand you want to be a career Blazer. We need to go in a different direction. What are some teams you would not mind getting traded to? And then just try to make a deal, because this is the most pointless team maybe in the league right now. Like, I just have no idea what is the point of this. Like, we know what this team is. We saw this for like 8 years with him and CJ. There's no difference. CJ might be better than Simons was at that age. So like, he probably was better because he could actually like get you 5 assists. With Simons had 1 assist tonight. I mean, he just looked terrible today. I don't know what the hell that was.
Shout out to this comment from Jeff. After tonight, the difference between Hart playing for the Knicks plus 149 and Cam playing for the Blazers minus 103 is 252 points. Let's move on. I mean, hey, I'm more than ready to move on from this. It's just that like today was like a lot of Knicks fans like Super Bowl for some reason. They were expecting Cam Reddish to drop like 40 points on us or something, and like they were sadly mistaken. They were very disappointed. To
Cam
my
Reddish's
joy,
mother wouldn't even believe in him dropping 40 points tonight. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Cam Reddish's mother probably didn't stay up to watch this game. She's probably just like, I'm good, actually.
I would sleep with Cam Reddish too. Shit. Like, so sleep on him.
Oh, okay.
Relax.
I was like,
relax.
I mean, that's fine. I mean,
no.
do you?
Oh my god.
This is the after hours post game.
Yeah, we're all exhausted.
No, actually, Larry Israel in the chat. Hart was monster. He was awesome tonight. He was awesome in the last game too against the Lakers. He's quite frankly just been better than Mitch on this road trip. I'm not that worried about that. I think I wouldn't be surprised. Like, how many minutes did Mitch play in that double overtime game against Boston? Probably like 40 or something. I think that probably affects him more than most. I mean, it affects big guys more than most, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if he's still feeling the effects of that. Also, yeah, and also like some of these matchups are just ones he's historically struggled against. Anthony Davis always owns him. Sabonis always owns him. And Nurkic weirdly has always given him a problem. I think some of that is they're skilled with the ball. They know how to use their body to back him down. And like for whatever reason, he just can't figure that out yet. That's something he has to improve at. But like, this is why you sign a Hartenstein, right? Like, look at what he did tonight. He was fucking
that ability to show 2 different looks with 2 different centers,
and he deserves a lot of credit.
Schwinn was stuck in the matrix there, but I was saying the ability to have 2 different centers that show like 2 different looks, either whether it's like defensively and offensively, you know, that's just like that's what makes this team like so much like fun to root for, and just like that much more versatile that you're willing to like expand on their ceiling as a team. And especially since the Hart trade, it's definitely made like everything else just like fit into place so well.
I'm convinced that this comment is like a Tyrese burner from Prashantha Adhikari. This is definitely Tyrese on his burner account here.
Cam is the tanking MVP.
I appreciate that your alter ego is Indian, though. Nice job, Tyrese.
You know me. Multicultural by. Yeah, he is the taking MVP 3 years in a row running. Like
4.
No, he didn't play his first year because he was injured all the time. So like, but yeah, taking MVP absolutely up there. Him, DeJounte Murray. Who else can I think of? But yeah, they've been up there. Him, Tyrese Halliburton, low key, he up there too. Killian Hayes. Just a bunch of tanking merchants who just get by on like length and the idea that they're somehow good in year 4. We're talking about potential. Former lottery pick is going to be used in his name for the rest of his career, and it's going to be hilarious.
How do we feel about the notion? A lot of fans have been mentioning the notion of expanding the rotation to finish out the season.
No.
just to give guys more rest with, Deuce suddenly being, better at basketball.
No,
Um,
the seven, like, you're not so comfortable that you can't fall into the play-in. I'm
Yep.
sorry, like you can't do
True.
that. Deuce, and I will say, like, Deuce, the last 2 games are probably the best 2 games he's played
of his Knicks career.
in a
Since the
while.
Rockets game. Since the
Yeah,
Rockets game.
like offensively, just super locked in, and defensively, he's been great. I mean, he's always been good defensively, a little more fluctuation, but like he was. I mean, he had Simons in fucking hell tonight. That was
That
incredible.
chase down block was insane.
That was
He had-
LeBron shit.
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
that. He had that. He had,
legitimately.
the one he had in the corner in the fourth quarter, might have been the third. I don't know, but like you could tell Simons was. He thought he was going to close out tight enough to him that he could bait him into a bullshit three. Didn't do that, and then he thought he could just like bait the refs into a foul when he drove baseline because he thought Deuce would play him too aggressive. Didn't get that. Like, I mean, he had him in fucking hell. That was an incredible defensive performance between him and Hart and Quickly. I mean, go watch the end of that fourth quarter. Like when the Knicks kind of their offense stalled out towards the end. You go back and watch that. You'll see that there are like multiple possessions where the Blazers are trying to like run out and get a quick three. There was one where like Dame threw it across the floor to Simons, and you see Hart and Quickly close out
both
to him.
converge. It was amazing.
It was an incredible play. But those guys were just flying around, and they had to because Julius tonight on defense was just like, I'm good. I'm good right here underneath this bucket. Like I'm gonna stand here and get some rebounds. But like, I mean, they did. I mean, it was just a really fun team performance, and it was awesome to see them bounce back at the end of a road trip. And especially like the way, you win 9 in a row, then you lose 3 straight, including that one to Charlotte, lose a kind of a heartbreaker to the Kings in a way. I mean, a game that you almost could have stolen, even though you got terrible performances from like Quickly, RJ, and Randall. You still could have snuck that game out. Then you have that game against the Clippers where it's just like it was like Quickly versus the Clippers. It was very weird. And then you come back, you beat the Lakers, who are playing really well. I mean, again, they just beat the absolute fucking doors off the Pelicans tonight. And then you just take care of business against the Blazers after a shitty start. Like, I mean, and you do that all without Brunson. Like that's a nice little 2-2 road trip that you got. You get to go home. You have 3 days rest now, and you hopefully will be able to beat the Nuggets in Madison Square Garden, which hasn't happened since 2017.
The Nuggets have been spiraling, by the way. Like defensively,
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
We need them to win before Saturday. That would be nice.
There we go.
Who do they play before Saturday?
I mean, it doesn't matter because apparently they can't fucking beat anybody right now.
Yeah, they can't beat anybody. That's what I'm saying. They're like an absolute terrible
play
downward
Detroit.
spiral.
Detroit. Oh, okay. If they'll beat Detroit. Come on.
If they lose to Detroit, man, Jokic got to be out of the MVP conversation as a whole. Like, just automatically disqualified. Like,
he's disqualified in my heart.
Yeah, he's
So
already disqualified in mine too.
Yeah, I mean, Quick was awesome tonight. I thought.
Yeah, I was just about to bring him up.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah. So 26, 10, and 3 again with the double with rebounds. Weirdly enough.
Not weirdly. Like he's one of the better guard rebounds.
Yeah, I know, but like when you say Emmanuel Cookie double, you're like automatically assuming probably like it's more so assists than rebounds.
I'm thinking blocks.
Deals.
But yeah, 26 shots. I mean, 26 points on 14 shots. That's incredible. What more can you say about Emmanuel quickly?
He's better than Anthony Simons. We can say that.
Yeah.
Furthermore, positioning himself in the 6 man of the year conversation.
The second quarter seems to be his that seems to be when he likes to get going offensively. I've noticed like he did that the last game
against the Lakers. Schwinn stuck in the matrix.
So yeah, second quarter is second quarter is his time. It's like he came out today in the second quarter. He hit a 3. Then he comes in. He absolutely smoked Simons. Created like the fucking he parted the Red Sea level of space to get a mid range jumper on him from the baseline. And then
mid-range big cash, by the way.
Yeah, and then he baited him into that foul, which was hilarious. If I was Simons, I'd probably been really pissed about that. But it's like you do that. Dame does that all the time. Come on. But yeah, I mean, from there it was just the third quarter. I thought the third quarter from him to RJ offensively was awesome. I didn't love RJ's defense was like whatever today, but his rebounding is continuously.
He had like 3 blocks, weirdly enough, too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but his rebounding, I'm just like, dude, can you ever just like, I don't know, like jump and like go get one for me? Can you like box somebody out? Like,
It's too heavy from all the PB&J olive oil sandwiches.
yeah, maybe lay off those, lay off the Jamaican food that he did a commercial with that too. I mean, I know that can be. Look, I get it. I get it. You know? It's hard. It's hard.
I love oxtail too. Shit.
But I thought with RJ, I like that he continued to do what was working well for him in the Lakers game in terms of getting to the paint. Because like Lord knows we don't want to see him take any jump shots right now because that shit is just awful.
I mean,
He hit a three. He hit a three.
He had the first bucket of the game for us.
Yeah.
I do think like I feel like there's an idea, like he has an idea in his head of like what I want to be. And I'm like, it's really great that you probably want to be like fucking, I don't know, Jason Tatum. But what you should actually do is be Jimmy Butler and be really annoying and play ugly basketball, but just get to the line a bunch and just live in the paint. Just do that.
Just be Jalen Williams.
Yeah, just do that. Don't try to be a finesse player. Don't add to your bag because your bag it's a very small bag. It's like a fanny pack. Like just get into the paint and fucking be gigantic and big and strong and like and like actually his footwork now around like when he finishes around the rim is better. It's not like elite or anything, but it's better. So he has more options available to him when he's in the paint. But it's just like just like own that, own who you are, master that, and then if you then try to like work your game out, then try to add other shit to it. But like all I need him to do is score in the paint and not suck ass on catch and shoot threes, and I'm fine. That's it. That's all we need. We don't need him to.
Schwinn just once again in the matrix.
Jimmy Butler or Jason Tatum. We just need him to be a
good role player.
Yeah.
A good role player. That's it.
Yeah.
Like when he's doing that, I mean, of course, like there are nights like, the Lakers game where he's going to like have his opportunities to score a bunch and like be one of the leading scorers of the night, but he doesn't need to be that every single night because this team is just that well balanced where you have nights where like Josh Hart can give you scoring and all this other stuff. You have Emmanuel Quickley, who is consistently been probably our third best player all year. Like you have all these pieces on this team. RJ Barrett doesn't have to be that guy that just has to like force everything. I feel like it goes back to like what we were saying earlier in the year. It's like he's like trying to prove that like he earned this contract by like scoring a bunch, but like it's all about doing all the nitty gritty stuff. Like look at Josh Hart's stat line tonight. If like RJ can provide like something that just even like barely resembles that stat line, like Knicks fans would just be so content with that because like you're like providing to winning and like you're not doing too much.
I love Josh Hart. Can we just talk about Josh Hart, man? Josh Hart is just
a winning basketball player.
First of all, I feel like he was charged up being in Portland. He took 5 threes tonight, which is like a new thing for Josh Hart. He started to pull threes.
Yeah, a couple of those were just like game's fucking over. Let me just get these shots up.
There was also one that was like a live grenade from Julius at the end of a shot clock.
I will take it. Whatever gets him to actually shoot threes, dude. Like, I'm tired of these games. He goes like 1 for 1. Like, give me some shots from 3. But yeah, like as you said, like just really solid basketball tonight. Plus 26 highest in the team. Like 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Like he flirts with triple doubles so regularly now that I'm just like, okay. No, like he just fills stat sheet. 3 steals, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. What more can you say about Josh Hart other than like he just fits the ethos of the team so incredibly well, and like he's been a seamless fit. He's been a seamless fit for this team, and I just absolutely adore watching him play basketball. It's great.
Yeah, I mean it's great because right now Grimes is playing he just looks a little bit lost offensively. So it's nice to just have Hart that can come in and like, I mean, look, he's a 6-year player in the league or whatever. He's 27 years old. He knows who he is. He knows exactly what his game is. He knows what he has to do every single night. He's not trying to figure out different shit. So like he's on fire, right? Or he's just playing great right now, and he gives us a buffer with Grimes struggling. And like, I mean, I don't really know what to say about Grimes struggling. Like,
Shoot threes. Make threes.
I'm not really interested in benching him. I don't think that we should not play him. I think he just needs to play through it. And he's having like a normal second-year player segment of a season where he's probably played more minutes than he's ever played in his career. So I'm okay with it. I'm fine watching it. And obviously Hart gives you that buffer. And then you see Quickly, obviously playing really well. RJ,
has his moments.
Has his moments. He's been better since the All-Star break, but that Clippers game, I don't know what the hell that was. I don't want to talk about it. That was one of the worst things I've ever watched. And then
with Grimes too, you kind of forget that he's in his second year a whole bunch because there was like parts earlier when he first got into the lineup, like where he looked like so experienced hitting threes, playing the defense, all that stuff. Adding the different things to his repertoire. Like he was shooting, but like he was also like mixing it up with like off the catch, driving, dishing. He then started to rely on that too much, and then that's when we start to see the little inconsistencies here and there, which have now piled up more and more. But you still forget that like he's in his second year, so he's still got a ways to go.
I mean, and he's like I think right now what he's doing is he had this bout within the season where he's like he was not taking shots, and now I think he's almost like when he gets the ball, he's trying to do way too much. It's like he had that shot today where Randall advanced the ball to him, and he took that three from the wing, and it was just like, what? Why is this the shot? Like we're like 2 seconds to the shot clock. We haven't had a good offensive possession yet this entire game, and like you've got Dame on you. Nobody's even back. Why don't you just blow by Dame? Just blow by Dame and go get a layup. But he's in his own head. You could see it. He had a couple of drives today. He had one where he drove baseline, had no idea what he was doing, and then he ended up turning the ball over, threw like over Obi's head. He'll be fine. He'll figure it out. And look, I just don't get it. We're like, we can't be like, oh, like Tibbs, fucking, he won't trust young guys. He won't play them enough. And then also be like, bench Grimes, he's struggling right now. Like, that's fucking part of player development, dude. Guys are going to struggle. If you can't deal with that, then I don't know what to tell you. All I know is that even when Grimes is struggling, he's not nuking the team when he's on the floor, unlike certain other players who featured in this game today.
Fuck Cameron.
I mean, that's
on Tyrese's mind tonight.
But it's like that's always been the issue with Cam, where it's like, and like, look, he's actually been scoring well in Portland before this game, and he's still after tonight he might be the worst, but he's been like their most negative player since that trade. So
Shocking.
like he has the second worst on off on the team. He has the second worst on court on the team. The only guy I think the only guy that's worse than him since that trade in the rotation was Shade and Sharp, who's a rookie. Like, okay, and obviously Hart, since he got to the Knicks, he's got the best one. It's just like at some point, like if everything constantly, when things constantly change, but these basic things about you are always the same, then it's not about situation.
It's politics.
It's not about.
It's politics.
Yeah, it's not about. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's politics. It's not about any of that. It's just about. Yeah, you're talented. You're really talented.
You're also fucking
congratulations. Yeah, you're also in the NBA, and guess what? Everybody else in the NBA is talented. So like your individual, oh, I was awesome in high school. Oh, I was a 5-star recruit. Oh, I was a lottery pick. None of that matters once you're in the NBA, dude. Like if you ask any NBA GM, would you rather have Cam Reddish on your team right now or Quentin Grimes? Every single one is taking Quentin Grimes. If you don't understand that, then you're fucking delusional. Like you ask 30 NBA GMs, would you rather have Emmanuel Quickly or Cam Reddish? They're all going to say Emmanuel Quickly.
You ask 30 GMs, they want Ice Spice or Cam Reddish. They're probably taking Ice Spice. Like,
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
that's a very easy choice.
She's special. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You need to be hooping fucking Israel with Denny Abdia.
She's got a better signature move than Cam Reddish does. This one is Walt Clyde Fraser. Deuce deferred to Hart when bring the ball up the court a few possessions. That was pretty interesting. Lack of confidence to handle or orchestrating. I think that's a
Style of the offense.
Yeah, I think they like Hart doing that. I think one thing I've noticed also about Hart is he like hates dribbling with his right hand. He likes dribbling with his left hand in the open floor anyway. But he does a better job of just, I think, like immediately coming up the floor. He gets them up the floor a lot faster than anybody else. And then he just swings it and like can get them going. I think it's clearly tactical. Whatever the specific reasons are, I have no problem with it. Like I have a problem with Julius does it. Because Julius is just like, dude, there was one possession towards the end of the game where Quickly was like begging him to run up the floor with him. He was literally like, it's like you could see him like telling him to get his fucking ass up the floor. Julius finally like trudged up there. He got him the ball, and then he nearly traveled, but then spun and passed it to Hart in the corner. Hart missed a three, but I was like, it took so long for him to get up there. I'm like, he was just in one of those moods tonight where he's like, I'm walking up the floor. But yeah, like no, Hart just injects so much pace into the game, and he plays with so much energy. He plays with so much heart, passion. But like he's great. I mean, he's fucking awesome, and I think he's helped a lot of these other. I do think like I don't think it's a coincidence that Deuce and Obi have kind of ticked up a little bit more playing alongside him. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think he brings something to the table that bench unit was missing. Like when it was Quick, RJ, Deuce, Obi, it just RJ is like still in this weird like he's got to like methodically achieve everything instead of playing with flow. He also has a terrible habit of like, or not a terrible habit. It's just like if him and Julius actually do this. They both do this. They both as soon as they're bringing the ball up the floor, they've decided that they suck so much at making hit ahead passes to others. That's always a big problem. He had one today where he tried to throw a lob to Randall and like. I don't know what the hell that was. He tried to throw that lob like right down the middle of the floor in the first quarter, and like there were 3 Blazers that basically could have stolen it. I'm like, I don't know what you were trying to do there. Don't ever do that again, please. Like that's not Victor Wembanyama. That's Julius Randle. Like he's not going to go get that shit. So, yeah, I mean, it just it doesn't. We could sit here and talk about it forever, but it's like. Literally, just watch a few Knicks games. It's obvious what Hart is bringing to the table for this team.
Bringing more than Cam fucking Reddish does, I'll tell you that much. I'm stalling for Sam. So fuck Cam Reddish. Fuck him.
Oh, is Sam stuck in the Matrix now?
He is. So yeah, fuck Cam Reddish as a staff label and about the fucking crew. And if you're down with Cam Reddish, then fuck you too. Jay from Florida. Fuck you. All right.
This one is from Larry Israel. It was funny. Hart didn't do his one fast break move tonight. Maybe teammates knew his one-step hero. I think they did. I actually think they sat on a few things with him. I think like you could see this where they tried to build a wall on him in transition a few times, and I think they knew that when what he does is he kind of gets like a dribble inside the arc, realize he doesn't have anything, and will almost like spin. And you can almost try and pick it. They almost got it a couple times, but they didn't because he's just really strong with the ball. So you could tell that like they knew. I mean, they didn't close out to him on a few threes, especially in the first half, because they knew that he like didn't want to take them. So I thought that was interesting. I think it was just so funny watching some of the Cam Reddish stuff. That like he tried to take quickly off the bounce. I mean, Deuce absolutely roasted Cam off the bounce on his drive. Like it was. I was like, dude, like, I don't even know. At that point, when you see that, I'm like, Deuce hasn't driven on anybody this year. And he just cooked you. I don't know. That was something.
I got a hearty chuckle out of it. Deuce McBride in general, just like, I think we saw Deuce taking pull-ups. I think that kind of encapsulated how this game went for Deuce, where like, he did the regular role player stuff, the corner three, and then he, like, pushed the ball, got a couple of finishes off the fast break, but like he actively tried to get into his bag in like the second half, and it was working. you'd like to see that more. I'd like to see him be more aggressive, looking for his shot. I think we all agree that he's a better shooter than the percentages would say.
Mhm.
So I would like to see him get into that offense more. I would like to see him like get into more of a flow. I do think he needs a balance between like his pull-up diet that exists in like the G League and his diet in the pros, is essentially just like a lot of stuff off the catch, doing stuff off of advantages created from other people. So I would like to see that balance.
I like how confident he was taking some of those threes tonight, though. Like, and even the last couple of games where it's like they're not wide open threes or anything.
Am I
They're
back?
like, okay, yes, you're back.
Damn, what are you yelling for?
yeah.
Jeez.
My fault. I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened. Stupid
Loud as hell.
Xfinity.
Yeah. But like he had a couple threes tonight where it was like Cam got out to him on a contest. I forgot, maybe Watford another one, but they were like decent contests, and he had no hesitation. He just put them up, and they were cash. And it's like those are there's no way to describe it other than that there was no hesitation. And I feel like watching him at so many points during his career, you've been like, why are you like? He's always hesitating. So to see him shoot the way he did tonight with the confidence he did tonight, yeah, it's huge. I mean, he shot the same way against the Lakers, road games. So good to see that. Hopefully, if Brunson's still out on Saturday or whatever it is, he can continue for as long as he's in the rotation, because it's huge. I mean, when he shoots like that, like you're adding like another high impact guy to the team because his defense is that fucking good. So if he just shoots like, and now honestly with like Quickly and Randall and RJ and Hart, like you have enough creation. Deuce to play off ball more. So, I mean, it was awesome. And then again, I just can't say enough. I think Hartenstein was fucking awesome tonight. Just really, really, really good. Thought he controlled. I mean, some of his pick and roll coverages, like getting out to Dame, trapping, then recovering back. He was so good tonight. Yeah. So both those guys and Deuce, like the game turned back in our favor when those three and Obi came into the game. And then the second half, they just completely took it away from the Blazers to start that fourth quarter.
Also, we haven't talked about Obi. Oh shit, we talk about Obi. Obi had a really good game. Obi had a really good game. Like he had that 1-3 where like he pump fakes, gets a guy in the air, and then like step backs, like readjusts, and like cashes it. Like holy shit.
His 3-point shot has been like surprising, not surprisingly, but it's like been pretty consistent lately.
His mechanics are really, really good. I did not see that happening. Truth be told, like I did not see him being able to like do something like that, like pull up threes, off the catch like that, readjusting threes. Like there's some untapped stuff there's for him as a shooter. I wish he had a bit more time to like figure it out, but like you can clearly tell that like he does have shooting touch, and the mechanics are there. So like it's interesting to see like how he's able to leverage it. I feel like Obi's played some really strong games as of late. I like to see him doing more stuff off the dribble as well, like where he's driving into the paint, because he has enough of a functional handles to make it work. I just need him to like be more decisive. I feel like he's definitely being tentative, and that does feel like a bit of like a tips thing where it's like, don't pull me. But, you know, like if he is able to get that head of steam getting into the paint, like it's hard to stop him.
The best play he made tonight, that when he just knocked Nurkic off his ass. That was fun.
Yeah, I was about to say that drive on Nurkic was great.
Yes. I just want to see him play like that. Just like decisive, not worrying about, you know, am I making my minutes cut? Yada yada blah blah blah. Like I know it's unfortunate that like no matter what happens, he's gonna play 15 minutes max just due to the talent in front of him. But like that's a really encouraging game for Obi Toppin. Like that's the game that when you're like trying to that's the game like you want to build off of, because like he's in a really good group as of late, and it's good to see.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just it's like, hey, you just, as long as he's here, I mean, this is the thing, like as long as all these guys are here, I want them to play well. So like if he's, and I mean ultimately, like if he closes the year out well, regardless of what they end up doing, if they want to hold on to him because they're like maybe there's more here, if they want to trade him, benefits us in every way, both like in terms of helping us on the floor right now, and giving us maybe more options in the offseason or whatever. So yeah, it's great to see that.
All right. Let's get into some. Before we get into comments, let's get into the ad read. Ready for the underdogs, the upsets, and the unbelievable action from DraftKings Sportsbook? The biggest tournament in college basketball is here. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 on college hoops and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, for a limited time, all customers can score a no-sweat bet during round 1 and 2 of the tournament. Go to the app, opt in, and place a sweat bet this weekend. If it doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back up to $10. I think the most popular like upset picks I've seen so far are like the 5-12 matchups. That's always an interesting matchup to pay attention to. So if you're betting March Madness, which I don't, that's something to look for, I guess.
The 5-12, yeah, the 5-12 is a big one. 4-13 has been a good one lately. 6-11 is always good,
Mhm.
but 5-12 is traditionally a good matchup. I'm not sure that Common Wisdom is as applicable anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I've literally have watched like maybe 7 minutes of college basketball this year, so I have no fucking idea. I'll probably do well in my bracket because I actually have no idea what the hell I'm doing this year. But yeah, I think 6 or 5-12 and 4-13 are usually the ones that have like the best success for underdogs.
Upsets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched my fair share of college basketball this year, surprisingly. I don't know why, but yeah. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and sign up with code TBPN. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly, win or lose. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code TBPN. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes or show description for details. All right. Jordan Bub, did we address this comment or not yet?
Did you guys see that that clip of Quickly after he hit that three, where he's like doing his little dance in the corner or whatever, smiling, just having a good time? I was like, I put this in our Discord, but I was just thinking about like how angry Tommy D must have been watching that, like seeing how he disrespected the game. He must have been so furious watching that.
Oh my gosh. That guy. What an interesting fella, I'll say. I'll say that to keep it nice on, the late night stream. All right, there we go. There's what people probably wanted to hear more.
That's what I'm here for.
Did we address this comment by Jordan Bub yet or not yet?
You stop Jokic by telling him that he's gonna miss his MVP.
You just get Kendrick Perkins out there and you tell him,
just lock up, bro. Play like it's 1996.
Kendrick Perkins would be very motivated going against Jokic. I'll say that.
Yeah, for like a possession. I mean, he's gonna run down the floor once and maybe have a heart attack. The funniest thing was that he did was remember when he posted the video of himself dribbling
in his driveway.
Yeah. He's like, oh, after Kobe passed away, I'm so inspired. It's like, bro, nobody wants to see you do like basic ass crossovers. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think you can honestly, I'll say this, like the Nuggets defense has been atrocious. It's not been good all year, but it's been absolute fucking dog water lately. They gave up 49 tonight in the first quarter to the Raptors. If the Knicks don't it's a weird thing because it's like you don't want to get into a track meet with Denver, just because like they thrive in transition with like Jokic just passing and Michael Porter Jr. shooting and all these type of things. But like the Knicks, if they don't waste time trying to like set up these ISOs that they like to do at the start of games, often for Randall, like which are fine when he hits a couple threes to start a game. I don't mind it as much because he's usually in a rhythm then. But if he is missing those shots, like I would like to avoid that and trust other dudes. We'll see. I think the key is like just you're gonna score on them. I'm not that worried about that. You have to be able to like contain them to some effect offensively. Like if you can hold the Nuggets to 115, you've done enough. You should win that game. So there's really nothing you're going to do to stop Jokic. You just have to hope Jokic continues to want to only take like 14 shots a game, which if he does that, that's great. That'd be fantastic.
And according to some people on Twitter, he is actively losing the MVP battle on purpose because it would be too much of a burden to win 3 straight. People on Twitter are actually insane.
That was the craziest tweet I think I ever seen, man. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
People are insane. But yeah, I think if Brunson is back, I think our offensive issues are kind of mitigated in that way, where we don't have to worry about getting off to such a slow start. And hopefully he is back on Saturday. But yeah, if he's back, I think our offense is running pretty well. And like you said, Denver's defense has been pathetic as of late, so I think that just bodes well for us if we can, just get off to that good start. But yeah. All right, let's go to another comment. Let's go. Jeff. There was a stretch where Randall refused to move on defense, and IQ was playing free safety to cover for him. It was unreal to watch. What a performance! Yeah, IQ's defense just continues to I don't even want to say surprise me, because I'm like, this is like what he does. Like,
I just don't know why. I don't know why the Blazers didn't just ISO him. That's like his weakness. And
how bad teams stay bad,
and how a fourth guard. That's what he is. That's what Quickly's ceiling is. No, I mean, I think it's what we've come to expect from him. It was a great defensive performance. It was a great all-around performance, I thought, from him. I actually thought he did a good job. And I don't, because people take this not you guys necessarily, but I didn't think Randall played a very good game tonight. I thought he played a pretty stupid game, to be quite honest. But within the stupidity of Randall's game, you saw some really smart moments from Quickly. Towards the end of the second half, Quickly brought the ball up. Or sorry, not second half, first half, second quarter. He brought the ball up. It was late, maybe under a minute left. Randall just wanted the ball. So Quickly was bringing up the right side of the floor. Randall comes from the other side and just stands in the post with his hand up like this. And he's getting fronted in the post, and he's not moving. He's just got his hand up like this. And so Quickly's like, all right, fuck, I got to get this fucking guy the ball. So he has to you can watch him. He's telling Randall to come out higher. Then he dribbles over to the corner to create the angle. And then he dumped it in to Randall, who is now fronted. So he's already in behind now. Randall gets to the free throw line and he got to, whatever. But it was stuff like that you're seeing. I'm like, okay, that's actually that's real growth as a playmaker and as a point guard to kind of take, chicken shit and make chicken salad out of it. Cause that could have been a really bad possession and he just made it work. And I thought he did a good job today of trying to get Julius good shots and get him into a rhythm. Julius just couldn't hit any perimeter shots today. So that didn't work as well. But it was just it was a great, he just played a really, really good floor game. And I thought he was smart. I thought he was he probed well. I thought he knew when to look for shots, when to kind of defer to other guys. And he was awesome. I mean, there's really not much more to say about Quickly other than that. At this point, he's just a fucking awesome young player that the Knicks drafted, and I'm looking forward to him being extended this offseason.
When do we extend Deuce? That's what I want to know. It sounds like the Deuce extension talks to happen. Give Deuce 4 more years.
But Deuce is not up for an extension until after next season, right?
No, you can extend it now. It's 1 season before free agency.
I guess even if it's after 2 years?
Yeah, because he's a free agent next offseason. Not this coming offseason, but next offseason.
Yeah, but they can't offer him. I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter. They can't offer him a max.
They
No, they can't.
No, I said,
they can only offer him the early bird. Yeah.
Like I said, they can't
right now.
him a max.
But yeah, I mean, he's not going to take an extension. I wouldn't take an extension for him. And the Knicks aren't going to pay him what would you give him? If I were the Knicks, I'd be like, I'll give you 4 years, $30 million. He's not going to take that. I wouldn't take that if I were him.
I probably would. Like, I'm not going to get much opportunities on this team next year anyway.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, get me off this team.
Eh,
That's what I would probably say for him.
I guess.
Dude, these guys are trying to make money. Like, what do you mean? Why are you acting like, oh, I don't know if I would do that? Yeah, you would.
There.
Dude, these guys want to play. He wants to play. Deuce can clearly play. Like, he's gonna want a chance to make money, not just be like, oh wow, they're giving me this fucking the Jay Crowder special, 4 years, 30 million. I gotta take that shit. No.
Oh, are we talking about the Deuce contract situation?
Yeah, it's not a situation. I don't know. Tyrese just fucking brought this up now to annoy me or something.
I just really like Deuce. I want 4 more years of Deuce.
A situation. Yeah, that's fine. It's definitely not a situation. It's definitely not a situation.
I'm also controlling the hell out of Twin right now. I really want Deuce. More Deuce, please. No. Quickly contract. Yes. I look forward to him being extended, and it'll be a great day at Knicks Twitter.
Quickly and Hart both going to get extended. We'll see what happens with the OB. Deuce is an interesting one though, like because he does only have a year left, and it's like I don't know. I still think I really do think he's a pretty solid rotation player in the making. But it's like, are the Knicks going to be able to offer him that position? And if not, are they better served? Like, hey, can we get a couple second round picks for him or something? Maybe you just do that. Maybe you cash in. I don't know. That'll be interesting though to see what they do with him this offseason.
Yeah.
An insincere max offer.
Can I explain this? Can I explain this?
Yes.
Sure.
So back in our posting and toasting, posting days, commenting days, there was this person, like, so there was this report, right? Because you know that summer Phil gets hired, and then Melo's a free agent at the end of that year. So it was like this whole thing of like, are they going to keep Melo? Is Melo going to stay? What's going to happen? And so there was this report that came out where it was like, I think Phil even said this on the record, that they had made like Melo 3 different offers. Like there were 3 offers for him on the table. He had the choice of whatever one he wanted to take. And somebody was like, one of the reports like it was a max offer. One of them was a max offer. Like, and somebody was like, well, I think that Phil offer, I think it's an insincere max offer. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but if anybody made me any type of max offer, insincere or otherwise, I would take that. I would be like, yeah, I am gonna take this max offer.
An insincere max offer. That's hilarious.
Like
He didn't mean it.
Did he just throw it on the table? Sign it.
It's all right. Melo took a whole $5 million discount over 5 years. Really, really selfless leader. Melo,
So insincere.
Okay.
Nick's tape says Brunson being out was low-key a blessing in disguise. RJ and IQ are heating up at the right time. I think IQ would have been fine regardless. Maybe RJ a little bit more. RJ's been able to find his offensive rhythm. Defensively,
IQ's odds are going down for 6th man of the year because he's starting. We need Brunson back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, his odds are going down.
I don't think he's started that many games to like not qualify for 6th
No,
man.
he just needs Brunson to come back so that people forget that he started these games and they'll just look at those box scores and they'll be like, oh wow, what a great game that quickly played.
Yeah, but his odds are starting to go down for whatever reason, even though he's been good.
All right, Brunson, let's tape up that foot. Let's get ready for Saturday.
Yep.
Like I think you should be good now. Like you're not like you
The
don't have
Rockets have
fasciitis.
minus 175 and Emmanuel Quickly's at 200 plus 200, which is wild.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how. And the Celtics are just kidding. I don't get it. Whatever.
It's that, white Boston media just powering through. All right, let's see. We have to address that one. All right.
It's a late night.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments here. I'm just trying to get some ones that Jordan Bob, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Definitely do that if you are new. We've definitely been getting a lot of new subs lately, so shout out to all of y'all. Leave a like and subscribe. We're on our way to 1K subs, so definitely helps us out a ton if you guys do that. Larry Israel says he bet the Knicks down 16 in enjoyable 220 payout. Shout out to you.
I rarely bet the Knicks. I wish I'd done that tonight, but I was just too lazy. This is the possession I was talking about. Breen was all like, Randall wants the ball and the water is left to him. It was just like, I'm like, dude, he had a bunch of those in the game today where I'm just like, can you just fucking move? Can you do that, please? There was another one in the third quarter where Quickly had Dame on an island, and then like Randall decided he just had to stand on the block and he had to get the ball. IQ actually tossed the ball over the top, so he was in, and instead of going up, he pump faked and he shuffled his feet and he traveled. And I'm just like, you're so annoying today. Like
You're so annoying today.
yeah, just stop being annoying. Because you could tell in that third quarter, like aside from Dame hitting every three that he put up, there was nothing they were gonna do. There was nothing. I mean, their first quarter was like, oh, Thibault had 10 points. I'm like, great, dude. If Thibault puts up 40 on us, great. You deserve to win. It's not gonna happen.
Oh my gosh. And like the fawning over Thibault by Han and Breen was just insufferable.
Matisse Thybulle is shooting over 42% on his 3-point attempts.
Like in the midway through like the third quarter, Breen was just like, you know, when he got all defensive NBA, when he got all NBA defense, he only played like 20 something minutes. That just shows the impact of his defense. I'm like, Breen, all right, you can relax.
What a fantastic young defender Matisse Thybulle is. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Just like relax.
You know,
He's shooting 40% from three now.
And Clyde was there. Clyde would have been like, I see myself in him, folks. Like,
well, Clyde Frazier says a few post games ago during the winning streak, I asked if the Knicks beat the Nuggets, does that make them contenders? I recant that question.
Man, if we beat the Thunder, we're contenders.
Man,
we can't beat
the
the
Nuggets
either.
It's hilarious how the Nuggets have skidded since like I think that post game. Like they've been pretty I think that might have been during the Boston post game or the Miami post game.
Yeah.
It was one of those two when the vibes were like extremely high, which they still kind of are. But yeah, I mean, since then the Nuggets have just absolutely been piss poor, and you know, shout out to Jokic giving up his MVP because the burden it would be to win 3 straight, just too much.
Embiid's gonna win it and choke in the second round again. Who cares? The award sucks anyway.
I'm with you.
Who cares about MVP? MVP is a crackpot award.
MVP, yeah, just can't be Jokic.
Just give it to Steph.
Just give it to Giannis. What are we doing here? He's the fucking best. Like, has anybody in the last 3 years been like, man, if I needed to win a series, I would take Nikola Jokic or anybody in the NBA? Nobody has said that. Not a single person. That
and no one
the NBA,
ever will.
Yeah, nobody has. Like, that's fine. I understand that's not what the MVP award is, but guess what? If you're gonna give a guy a fucking third straight MVP, that's basically what it needs to be. It has to be that. It has to be like he's the best player in the game, and I would trust him over anybody else. Nobody said about Jokic. So why are we doing this thing where we're like pretending that now this is the first time we can all be like, oh, it's a regular season award. We always knew this. Like, shut up. Like Giannis a few years ago after he pissed himself in that playoff series against Miami, they all were just like, well, we can't vote for him because he had that terrible playoff series last year. I'm like, well, oh, so that doesn't matter in the regular season. But when Jokic, you know, he's playing the Warriors in the first round and he's putting up all these godly numbers, but then at the end of the game, Mike Malone's out here sitting him in crunch time, fourth quarter defensive possessions. That's fine. We're good with that. That's cool. It's okay that the Spurs ran a fucking layup line at this guy a couple of nights ago. It's okay that like they can't defend a fucking chair right now. Apparently that doesn't reflect on him at all because his defensive box plus minus is high. Give me a break.
His VORP,
like,
his Raptor, his war.
Yeah, like all this is all that. Like if all that tells me is that like these people don't actually want to watch games.
I want to look at the graphs.
Yeah, just like, oh, look at all the numbers are saying. I'm like, okay, but like, why specifically? What about his actual play in the court are you like?
This is why we need to beat the brakes off of them on Saturday.
Okay,
Like,
relax. I would take a 1-point victory, bro.
a 1-point victory, man.
I
Nah.
just want to beat them.
I need this MVP narrative destroyed. I need Brunson cooking him in the pick and roll. I
So
need pick
Jimmy
and
is
roll
really
at
not good with the
15
PP.
every single play.
Yeah, I mean, I really could use it. It would be nice if the Knicks beat the brakes off them. But yeah, I think Giannis should be MVP. I really don't understand why this is a conversation. He put up 46 tonight, or he put up 46 last night. What did he do tonight? We probably put up like another fucking 78 or something. He put up 36 tonight, 36, 11, and 8.
In a
I
win.
mean, the guys, and the other thing is he doesn't play a shit ton of minutes because Budenholzer basically holds his minutes down. They rest him and all that kind of shit. The guy's awesome. He is the best player in the league. I will take him over anybody right now in a series.
Easily.
I really don't understand why this is even a conversation. Like, I think the only GM in the NBA that I think is taking Jokic over Giannis is fucking Denver's, probably. But like, that's it. Like, I don't think any other GM is. This is just not a conversation. This really isn't. Like, I saw the Ringer ranking today, and they had Jokic on top, and I'm like, none of you guys would pick Jokic in a series heads up against Giannis. Not a fucking soul would do that. Give me a break.
The Ringer's also a joke.
Yeah,
Had Emmanuel quickly 95. Emmanuel Quickly's clearly better than 95 in the NBA.
He's worse than Alex Caruso, you know. Yes.
Hawkeye 420. Scam Reddish got his wish and became way off P with that brick off the side of the backboard. That was hilarious,
Jesus
by the way.
Christ, way off P is wild.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
This is an all-time comment right here, I think.
Oof.
Someone screenshot this. Whoever's watching right now. I know there's
Nah,
plenty of y'all
it's-
that are screenshot and screen recording. Get this comment. This is a good one.
What's a good
Alright.
one? The Scam Reddish one? Yeah, that's good stuff.
With the way off P. Like, that's
Yeah,
just...
Also,
I mean, that's like I've seen that. Like, we've watched those games from Cam, and it's like I don't know. I don't even want to. I really don't take that much pleasure in shitting on him because I just haven't cared about him since we traded him away. Like, I just, as soon as he was out of the rotation, I knew exactly what that meant. So I just knew from that point in time that he no longer had any future on the Knicks. I thought there was pretty good reasons for why you go to Deuce over him. Those bore out in our results immediately. They've borne out in our results over time. They've borne out in the results that Portland is getting now, playing Cam Reddish a bunch of minutes. Like, it is what it is. The guy has talent, but until he actually wants to like be serious about what he is and what he's capable of on an NBA floor, it doesn't matter how much talent you have. You know, actually, I was watching the that Pelicans Lakers game earlier in the day, and who's their? I think the Pelicans announcer is their color guy. I think it's Antonio Daniels, and
Yeah.
he was talking about like they kept at like, I forgot who it was. Somebody took a three early in the clock, right after Trey Murphy had taken a three early in the clock, the possession before, and he was just like, he's like, look, the NBA isn't an equal opportunity league. It's a like, what's your talent league basically. And he's like, the same shot that's good for Trey Murphy isn't good for you. Like, it might not be good for you. And like Cam Reddish thinks he needs to have like the green light like a star. And I'm like maybe you need to have a shot diet like Quentin Grimes. You ever thought about that? Like maybe that's your path to success. Like, do that, and then maybe just be somewhat aware on defense of like these things called screens. And then if you can just go ahead and get me a few rebounds a game, you'll probably be able to make a bunch of money. I mean, this is the thing that's crazy about Cam. He's 6'8". He's a fluid athlete. He's shown to be. He's got pretty good touch around the rim. Like, the path for him to make a fuck ton of money in the NBA is not hard, and he's just too stubborn and kind of like. I mean, I thought the comments he made the other day that like about like, oh, it was politics and all this shit. Like, to me, it's just like that just shows me that you really don't get it. Like, you actually don't get it. Even if there were politics at play, the team immediately got better when you sat. So clearly, it wasn't just politics. That's it. So,
Yeah. The stats, they speak great volumes. I mean, just watching the team, it speaks great volumes to, the impact or lack thereof from Mr. Cameron Reddish. Tag says he needed to hear Clyde roast Cam's side of the backboard shot. Would have been special.
What is he
Yeah.
doing?
Clyde would have had a ball there.
What is he doing, folks? Clyde would have had a field day with a lot of the Cam stuff. He probably would have been like, Mike, I was looking at the numbers, and they all say that Cam is the worst defender on the team.
He has a minus, plus, minus.
Everybody in the Blazers has a plus, minus, Mike.
Oh man, that dementia with Clyde, man. Oh man.
Whoever told Clyde about plus, minus, I'm not sure if they need to be promoted or assassinated. I'm still undetermined on that one yet.
Oh my gosh. Jordan Bub, he says IQ has a chance of being all defense selection because if
I think he's talking about Matisse.
Matisse is able to get it coming off the bench for Philly, then IQ has more than enough tape and advanced metrics to get him. I wish there was a third team.
Yeah,
but there is not a third team for the all defense. There should be, but IQ will definitely get some votes. I think.
Yeah,
he's made too much noise on the national stage.
Yeah, he's the guy that all the the very smart, intelligent
Zach Lowe's.
Yeah, he's the guy that who's really playing well that I've noticed lately is Emmanuel Quickly. not many people know about this kid, but I watch the Knicks a lot, and let me tell you, I don't think they know what they have in this kid. Yeah, we do. Been saying it for 2 years. I hate you. Shut up.
Also, like the Ringer list that came out, where it has Quickly 95. Apparently, they think Alex Caruso is better. They think Kevon Looney's a better player.
Okay, let's respect Kevon Looney here. Come on. Nobody has achieved as much.
Norm Powell, all right.
Nobody has achieved as much as Kevon Looney has.
Wendell Carter Jr.
without knees.
Mike Conley,
all right. The Ringer is hilarious.
The thing, so the way all this stuff works, just how I view it, is everything lags. Like national viewpoints lag. So like if Quickly's a 95 now, that's because last year he wasn't even on the fucking radar. Like we knew this, right? Because people were like, there were people talking about it last year where it's like, well, what do you want Tibbs to do? Like, yeah, he doesn't have better options. What could he possibly do to win basketball games? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's to me, I'm watching all these games. I'm like, I don't know. I'm an idiot. I don't watch the tape as much as Tibbs, but like, what I find interesting is everybody that plays and has a positive impact on the court plays less than everybody that has a negative impact on the court. We should maybe try flipping that and see what happens. And like now that the Knicks are doing that, or he's played more, and obviously the Knicks are having more team success. Like he's getting credit for it, so which is great. But like I think next year you'll probably see him start getting ranked in like around top 50 or something like that. I would assume.
Yeah, it's it's taken a while, but we'll finally get there, hopefully.
IQ was part of a bottom 10 roster. Yes, that's true. That is true. That was a bottom 10 roster coming into the season, according to some people. So, many people actually. So, it's good to see that my belief in this Knicks current group paid off, especially my unwavering faith in Julius Randle.
Fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be Hart's first playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it will be quite the coming out party for him because I think he's the type of player that will absolutely thrive in the playoffs.
He's gonna have a game 3 moment where he wins the game. Is gonna be special.
Do you guys think that Quickly will make his shorts shorter next year, or do you think this is a shorter?
I think if they somehow make a way to make them shorter, he will definitely rock those.
Let my man rock.
He's just gonna wear spandex next year.
He's gonna rock the 80s shorts.
You fucking Jinko shorts. Like
I don't need Jinko shorts. I don't need any. I'm fine. I'm happy with if these guys want to. That's what makes them comfortable. I'm happy for them.
These Echo Ash shorts you trying to wear.
I definitely did not do that.
I don't believe that.
I
don't
wore
believe that.
I had Sean John shorts, like a classy person. It's not Rock Echo.
No,
So
no Rockaware.
I liked Rockwear's polos.
Mm.
Their polos were good. I didn't like their shorts. I actually didn't like the shorts in general at all, but I did like the polos because they're
All right.
big, nice, comfy.
Yes, the Knicks were very low in a lot of people's young core. All right, then when we switch the comment,
I
we reached that hour of the show.
yeah, we gotta go to bed, bro. It's over.
AG Schuler says IQ thong game incoming for those listening on the podcast version.
Okay.
The thong game. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yo, as long as IQ's getting buckets, man.
I don't
playing
care what he's doing
defense.
there.
I would not. I would not.
I don't care
finish
how
the
short the
sentence.
shorts are, man.
Don't finish the sentence. I'm begging you. Don't finish the sentence.
I finished it. It wasn't that bad.
Okay. It could have been worse. I thought you were gonna be like, oh yeah, he could be naked. I don't care.
All right. All right.
Just
Not
put a
going
little.
that far.
Just blur it out. Just blur it out.
Maybe maybe Grimes needs to change up his hairstyle. Maybe that's the issue here.
He needs braids.
Maybe he's
It's too
trying.
short for braids.
Yeah, nah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, you
I'll
can get
take
some
your word for it.
extensions.
I have no
You
fucking
can-
idea.
You can just do it.
I know because I used to get braids when my hair was that short. So I know it's too short.
Maybe he can rock the maybe he can rock the
twist.
peanut head haircut that RJ had his
Oh
rookie
my
year.
god. Oh no. That was so bad.
Oh,
I was like, dude, you're the highest draft pick we've had in like 50 years. Please grow your hair out. Like, this is not it. This is definitely not. This is not the look.
Wow, Jordan Bub with a super depressing comment. This kind of beats. I think this beats out my comment last post game with the Knicks scoring duos. So he says the Knicks have had 18 losing seasons since 2001. Tonight they clinched their fourth season of finishing above 500 in the last 22 years.
oh, we've been in hell.
Yeah,
This definitely beats out my like Knicks duos comment from last post game.
Also, are we gonna still win 37 games, Sam?
No, I gave my explanation for my reasoning for picking that.
This has to be the fifth.
Fifth
This has to be the fifth. They went 42-40 the
in
year they
2010,
traded from
2011.
Yeah. Then they went 36-30. Then they went 54 and 28.
28.
And then they went 41-31 a couple years ago. Now they're already going to go 40. I mean, they're 41-30. So if they don't finish above 500, that'd be insane. They're going to finish 500 though, at least. So that's 5. So yeah, it's because the Knicks Muse probably they're researching past, so they didn't up like. There's only been 4. This would be the 5th.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Very depressing, nonetheless.
The scoring duo stat's still worse, man.
Is it really?
It was pretty depressing. I was like,
Patrick
wow,
Ewing and Gerald Wilkins. That was
Yeah.
that's what did it for you.
I was like, damn, like we really had a fucking Hall of Fame center for 15 years. And we were just like, make it happen with John Starks, baby. Like that's it. Like we got you. Man.
And they finally got him, and then his.
They finally got him help when he was like crippled.
I mean, they had help and they traded it away too. They had Rod Strickland, our namesake, and Mark Jackson. They were like, you know what? We need guys that can't dribble but are hard nosed as fuck. So yeah, I mean,
Anthony Masons.
yeah, they what they needed is they needed more Bible study guys like quickly.
They need more dogs.
Definitely.
You don't need to dribble to be a dog.
JL says this is our first win in Portland since 2015. Wow, it's been that long. What the hell?
Yeah,
Jeez.
I was thinking
This
about
is the
it
year
earlier
of
today.
breaking all of our random losing streaks. It definitely is.
Yeah, we broke the random losing streak to the Nets that we'd had for like 3 years, which is nice.
The Nuggets one, where we haven't
Nuggets
won in
one.
Denver since like Jamal Crawford.
Utah,
Yeah.
we hadn't won there since I think 2018. Still haven't won in Phoenix. That's been a while. Trying to think what our other we've won in LA, so that's not a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
guess there's not too many others. Those have been bad ones.
There have been some really weird ones, and they've all been like associated with the West for the most part.
I was gonna say Miami, but I forgot we beat Miami last year in Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston. I feel like we'd beaten Boston in Boston.
Yeah, we beat Boston in Boston and
2 years ago.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first time we'd beat them in Boston with fans for a little while, so it's good. Toronto. We hadn't won in Toronto in forever.
Oh yeah. True.
Yeah, we did win in Toronto.
Yeah. So that was a big one.
God.
Good stuff.
Larry Israel says the original idea behind the short shorts was they would attract women fans. Interesting.
They work for me. I'm talking about the short shorts. I'm not talking about it.
You're good. You don't need to explain yourself to me.
Oh my god.
All right. So I think we can start talking about. I mean, we already talked about Saturday. So.
So what do we think? What the Knicks are they a full game ahead of the Nets, or is that a half game?
Full game.
Yeah. So they're 41-30. Nets are 40 and they're 40 and 30.
39 and 30.
39 and 30. Okay. So
Yes, we have 2-1.
What is? Let's see this. What's the remaining schedule here? All right, remaining strength of schedule. The Knicks have the 23rd easiest remaining strength of schedule. But what's tricky here, and this is why I think it's really important that we stay at least 3 ahead of Miami until the first time we play them, is we have 2 left against Miami. Mm-hmm. So we want to stay 3 ahead. We want to keep that buffer ahead of them. Brooklyn has the 20th easiest remaining strength of schedule. They got a couple here I think they're just going to lose, though, for sure. They play Denver again. I feel like Denver's going to get it together. Like they're going to. They can't play this bad forever. They got Denver at home. They got the 76ers again. They got 2 against Cleveland left. We still got 1 against
Will they,
Cleveland,
though, Schwinn? Like, Jokic is really trying to tank this
we still
MVP
1 against
thing.
Cleveland. They have Sacramento. They have Miami. They have Minnesota. Sorry, say it again.
Schwinn, I said, are you sure? I mean, like, are you sure the Nuggets are going to get it together? Like, Jokic is like really trying to tank this MVP thing.
I think they can't play this bad. They've been like the number 1 team in the West for the entire season. They have are they 46 wins right now or something?
Yeah.
Jokic is like really trying so hard, like, not to get this 3rd straight MVP.
They're 46 and 23. Yeah, he is trying very hard not to do that. I think Jamal Murray will tell him, we need you to step up your MVP case here. But yeah, they got a tricky schedule. I still think I don't think our schedule is that straightforward. But like just looking at it, if we just take care of the business against the teams that we should beat, right? Like so, Rockets at home, Orlando. We still have 2 against the Pacers to close the season. They might just be full tank by then. Because they're probably not going to be close to the play-in or have interest in getting to the play-in. We have the Pelicans on the road. We have the Wizards. I think that one is at the Garden.
Yes.
I think we've already played them twice on the road. Yeah, so we play them at the Garden. Like, I think if we can take care of those games, you're basically fine. That's 6 games right there. Those we should really. You take care of business there. You should be. I really think we should be clinching.
Golden.
But Miami does have a pretty light schedule to close the year. They have Philly once, Memphis, or they have Memphis tomorrow. If Memphis wins tomorrow, my beloved Memphis Grizzlies. If they can win tomorrow, that'd be great. They have 2 against the Knicks. They have 1 against Brooklyn. They still have the Bulls. The Bulls are weird because they're definitely still trying to like make the play-in, so they're kind of gonna be annoying. They have Toronto, who's been playing better. They have Dallas, who will be better because Luka and Kyrie should be back by then. Then they have the Wizards, who probably will also be tanking for them, but they have 2 against the Pistons, which is annoying because those are just probably like 2 cakewalks for them. Yeah, I mean, again, I think we just need to take care of business and keep playing. If we just play like we've been playing, we should be fine. That's ultimately what it is, right? Like the team is good. If we maintain the level we've been playing at, we should be fine. And I think it's encouraging that we've played pretty well even when Randall has struggled and with Brunson now. Like they're still finding ways to get wins. So, yeah, I think we should be okay.
I think that's the most important part too, going into the playoffs. That kind of builds like not even just like momentum, but like it builds like confidence for those other guys. Like they know they can contribute to a win when the guys are struggling. I know in the playoffs it's going to be a much harder context, but like I still feel like it's important for them to have these type of experiences heading into that type of environment.
Good night.
Can I read this?
Yes.
This is from Walt Clyde Fraser. Can we talk about Brunson's balding braids? Those front two looking like squidding pasta. Squidding pasta is awesome, by the way. You should try it if you haven't tried it. Okay, this is actually a good comment. Or a serious comment, I should say. That was a good comment. This is a serious comment. It's also from Walt Clyde Fraser. Knicks could conceivably have 2 picks in the 13 to 17 range all summer. I kept hearing our protected picks are worthless. Yeah, it's very possible. The Wizards one, I don't know. They're so weird. I have no idea what the hell. Like, are they going to tank at some point? Are they just going to keep playing out the string? Who knows? I still think Dallas is going to make the playoffs. I think that NBA will want them in the playoffs. I think Luka should be back. I want to say he's probably going to be back this next game, but he should be back pretty soon. And I figure they'll go on a little bit of a run just because those two are so talented offensively. They'll get some wins for them.
It'll be pick 15, so don't worry about it.
That's perfect. It's great.
Right now,
trade back 10 spots. Yeah, we just need to trade back to 25 and we're good.
Yeah, 25 is our magic spot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think with that squidding pasta comment, we can end things off here. Shout out to everyone that tuned in. Make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe. Knicks win once again, bringing our total to 41 wins. We'll be back on Saturday, so we get quite a break. And yeah, we'll be back on Saturday after the Nuggets game. Hopefully the Knicks win. Is that a Saturday matinee game?
Yes.
I believe so.
It's a 1 p.m. game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
great. So the Knicks can either destroy or make our weekends.
Yeah, like literally in that just like that moment right there. Oh man. So hopefully the Knicks, make everyone's weekends that much better. And yeah, check out everything Strickland related in the description. We got links to the site. We got links to the merch. Schwinn is rocking the new merch. I got the new merch in front of me. I was rocking the Strickland University hoodie today. Super comfy. So definitely check all of that out. We got links to the Patreon as well as the Twitter. Great ways to follow and support us. And we're also on Instagram at the strict.land. Another way to consume some Knicks Strickland related content. So definitely give us a follow over there if you're not following us there already. And yeah, everyone have a great rest of your week, and we will catch you guys on Saturday. Peace out.